all spiritual beings. We're having a human experience, right? And so with this awareness of understanding we are spiritual beings, we're having a human experience, we can see that we have been tested many, many, many times on this soul journey, right? No matter what part of your soul journey you're at, no matter what part of your transformation and your reality you're at, you can see if you look back that we have been, spiritually tested so many times. So I'm going to explain to you the difference between like karma, negative information, negative quantum information, and spiritual tests. Okay, these are two different things, and some people can kind of put them into one box, and it's not necessarily fair to yourself to say that you are being, it's like my negative karma. So we're going to go through that. So karma and spiritual tests are different, but both are part of the purification journey, right? Our soul has been on this purifying journey for eons. And we know this, if you've been a part of my other trainings, then you would have heard more about like the science behind it, because I go into depth about that. But today we're just going to keep it simple. So if you're new to the word purification journey, basically purification is you as a being, as a soul, heart, mind, energy, matter, physical, right? All of the dimensions that you exist in are purifying over a large period of time. And so in this lifetime, you can even looking at all of our examples, all of the divine beings that all the ancient scriptures talk about. They always talk about purify your heart, purify your mind, your speech, your thought, your behaviors, your actions, right? So this purification thing is not like this new age concept. This is actually very ancient knowledge about our soul journey and reincarnation and this lifetime, right? So I personally have many stories when I was spiritually tested. So one of them, and just to give you the concept of like the difference between karma and spiritual testing. In my life, in this lifetime, okay, and I'm sure others, but in this lifetime, I have many experiences with money. So I grew up in government housing. So my karma was deeply connected to money, financially, speaking, seeing poverty. So as I grew up, I was literally watching poverty and the effects of that, and experiencing a lack of money. My mom was on welfare, government housing. So earning money was a very significant area around my karma, right? Like feeling worthy, all of those things around money, transforming negative karma. So that's like negative quantum information in my soul, heart, mind, energy, matter, that during this lifetime, I came into this lifetime to transform, right? So, but now that's karma. Now spiritual tests with money show up like my conversations with other people about money. How do I use my money? How do I value money? Is it like the most important thing in my reality, or is it like in alignment? Is it am I connected, right? So those are the spiritual tests that show up for me. Getting tempted by money, that's a big one, right? Because anyone that's come from you could say poverty or a lack mentality or experience, I feel like that's going to cause you to be more susceptible to those spiritual tests, right? So like get rich quick schemes, like get rich quick business things. And I've been in and out of business since I was 19. So of course that information, that quantum information was always in my field, and learning to pass those spiritual tests and not get sucked into that old pattern or negative information, right? So that's the difference, and I hope you can see that. I'll give you another example, but when I meet, another great example for my current life is like when I meet women who really want to work with me, who really want to go deep into their spirituality and their manifestation, but I can feel in my heart and soul that we are not in alignment. My spiritual test is to say no, right? Like because the woman could be like asking to purchase my services, right? So that's a huge like spiritual test right there. Are you just going to say yes for the money, or are you actually going to stick with your heart and soul and listen to your intuition? Listen to your intuition. I'm talking about me. Listen to my intuition and say no, right? Say thank you kindly, refer her to somebody else, right? So that's just, I'm giving you an example for me because I think that's helpful versus me just like talking about the teaching itself, okay? So another area, one more area I'll give you is, for me personally, over this lifetime, has been with men and relationships. Those two areas are the biggest: money, men, and men, right? And so interesting, they both start with M. But anyway, so men and relationships, my negative karma, right, that I came into this lifetime with, showed up with, it basically manifested with me not having my father around. So and then also learning at a young age that my grandfather had sexually abused my mother. So of course that created a lot of negative information, that the karma erupted, right? The negative information between me and men. So now there's, my dad's not around. I'm upset with him. I'm pissed at my grandfather. Not anymore. This was when I was younger, but still I had to go through that karmic entanglement with men. That's how it showed up for me. And so now that's the karma. The spiritual tests, I was spiritually tested so many times with the quality of love and the pure heart I had for men, right? So I had men show up in my reality, and it almost seemed like this was years ago, but still it doesn't matter when it was. It's the fact that I was being tested. Am I entering into a new relationship from a pure place, or am I actually entering in because I want to get back at men, or there's revenge there, or there's different relationships had different things, still some anger towards men, or I'm filling a void. Okay, so those are like, I'm filling this, like I was filling this part of me that didn't feel love for myself at the time, right? So those are how the spiritual test showed up for me. A lot of times I was the one lacking purity and true love, which in the relationship with the guy, which of course manifested the toxic relationships, right, in the past. So I had to clear those blockages in my heart between me and men. I had to transform that negative quantum information in the field, in my heart, in my soul, in my mind, right? I had so many limiting beliefs about men, about the divine masculine, about all of the worthiness, about all of it, and what they represented to me, and all my limiting beliefs about them before I could actually manifest my true love relationship. I had to pass a lot of spiritual tests around men. And the last one that I remember is this amazing, amazing guy. Okay, I was already on my healing journey, like deep into my healing journey, transformation journey, and then I had healed so much with my relationship with men, and then this amazing guy showed up. And on all levels, he was amazing, except there was this feeling of like, okay, I'm going to become his healer. Like I could feel like, oh, we're kind of crossing boundaries here where like, like if I feel like healing in relationships is healthy as long as it goes both ways and it's not all the time, right? Like we all need our own mentors. We can't be healers for each other. Anyway, so I saw that as the spiritual test. I'm like, okay, I have to let him know, create my boundaries, set my boundaries. That was my test. Is like, are you just going to be intimate with this person and mess around with his heart, or are you actually going to let him know straight up, like this is my boundary, so maybe we should just go part ways? And then literally I did that, passed the spiritual test, and Andre Michel showed up, like I think 2 months later or something like that. So I could feel that I was purifying so much, I was clearing so much. So I hope that is clear. Karma, spiritual test, very different. So karmic suffering is different from spiritual testing. Can you look into your life and see there's different areas that you're being spiritually tested, or maybe you were, right? Maybe you passed or you didn't pass. This is not a morality conversation, right? That's something to note, is that when it comes to spirituality, it's not about right, wrong, good, bad, good and evil. Like that's not what this is about. The quantum information is like, it just is. It's isness. It doesn't understand. It's good, bad, right, and wrong. There's no morality, there's no judgments. This is simply, in fact, when we're judging things, we're actually creating a separation and we're creating duality. But we want to step into oneness. We want to embrace our own oneness. And so looking at ourselves without the judgment is actually one of the most powerful spiritual things you can do, instead of the old paradigms that we were taught about good and evil, right and wrong, bad and, it just is. It's all information. It's just quantum information. Some of it feels great, some of it doesn't feel great, but that doesn't mean one is not more useful than the other. And they actually work together. Light and dark, whatever you want to call it, positive, negative, those charges, they work together in unison, and they're both very important parts of life and realities. Suffering is caused from the negative quantum information, aka karma, in the soul, heart, mind, energy, body, right? I've said that so many times, but I repeat the things that are the most important. Humanity, we can look at the earth, we can look at Mother Earth. Humanity suffers in so many aspects of life, right? Like relationships, family, children, wealth, business, friends, physical, mental, emotional health. And relationships are a major component of our suffering because of a lot of issues are to do with other people. Like there's so much energy flying back and forth. So of course, right? Like if you go back to the karma training, like about how to clear karma, you'll understand what I mean, the science by that. But like there's so much information, quantum atoms, molecules just flying all over the place as soon as you put two people in one room, right? They don't even need to be talking because we're communicating on so many levels, right? So we need to heal and transform the negative information causing the suffering, causing the karmic cycles. So as soon as you start seeing there's like this repetitive pattern, you're like, what in the world? Why does this keep showing up? And maybe it's with different people and it's at a different time and it looks a little bit different, but the feelings in your heart are the same. That's how you know. That's a karmic cycle, right? Like, because you feel the same. It's triggered different parts of your heart and pain bodies that feel so familiar. So that is a karmic cycle. And then on the spiritual journey, right, our job is to transform all the selfishness, the ego attachments, the excuses, all the different types of attachments, so that you can become a pure servant of your true life purpose, a servant to your true life's purpose, which is ultimately serving the entire universe in all dimensions, serving all souls in all the multiverse. And that might be like, whoa, what the heck did you just say? But when you're really purifying all the ego and the agendas and the, like, I got to do this because of this, like the outcomes, the attachments, you're really letting go of all that. It really comes down to you and your pure heart and soul serving at the highest level. And that could just be you in your highest alignment because you're so in joy with in love with whatever it is that you're doing. And that doesn't have to be like helping others necessarily, because you in alignment helps everyone. You in alignment helps the whole universe. So that's really what I'm saying. When you reach this level, you gain inner joy, inner peace at the depths, right? Everything you touch will become a success. Whatever you think, whatever will literally happen. Like whatever you want to happen will literally happen as long as it's in your highest alignment. So true spiritual power is beyond comprehension, because it's not something your mind can really comprehend. It's the higher self that is so activated and in alignment that literally it's creating, it's moving things, it's shifting things for you, and you just need to enjoy the ride, right? There's not much to do. It's just more about being. So this is a purification journey, and that's what I'm trying to get at. This is a purification journey, purification practices, healing the Shen, Qi, Jing. And again, this is from other trainings. So Shen is soul, heart, mind. Qi is energy, we know that. Jing is matter. So healing the soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter, transforming all the negative information at the soul level. So if you can clear the soul level blockages before it manifests in the physical, right? Shen, Qi, Jing, soul, heart, mind, energy, matter. If you can clear those blockages at the root, at the boss level, the boss is the soul. you can literally save yourself from years of suffering, years of pain and heartache and cycles, karmic cycles, right? And then you learn you're actually a very happy being. You're a very joyful person and a joyful soul underneath all of that negative information, right? From the past, whether it's from this lifetime or another. So this creates more wisdom. This creates more intelligence, more a transformation and enlightenment. The spiritual test could be, for example, will you do the healing? Will you show up for yourself in the morning or not, right? Will you make time to heal or to focus on your soul and your soul journey? The spiritual test can show up like, will you choose yourself or put everything else first as usual, like as we were trained to do, as, you know, society has programmed us to do? Will you devote yourself to your spiritual self, your higher self, and or stay stuck in the 3D distractions, right? Because remember, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. So all this 3D stuff is great. It's fun to play with, but it's not the end all and be all. We know this is like a blip in literally the infinite timelessness of reality. That sounds wild and huge, but it's true. And so it's literally a blank. So what we focus on, what we devote ourselves to, where we put our energy, those are a lot of times our spiritual testing. A lot of people get tested in the 3D realm and they end up creating their life to be fixated on the external world creates their internal experience. But really, everything I teach women, everything that I stand for is to flip that, where your internal world creates your external experience. So you're no longer fixated and like holding on and grasping to all this. And in fact, you are allowing yourself to evolve, to grow, and to transform at such a beautiful, like blossoming level, because you're not embedded with this 3D reality. You are so embedded with the 5D, with the higher dimensions, with the soul journey, that you're in joy all the time. And I mean, we're human, so karma is still activated. We're still going to go through our stuff, but you know how to deal with it. And that's the power, right? To become unmessable with, to become people say unfuckable with, but you know, I try to say unmessable with. But either way, if you're just, you know, another example is like, I meet a lot of women as well that do this as well. Like they're just sitting around suffering all day long. And in that conversation, in that negative story, feeling the pain. And then that doesn't mean that you're purifying. Okay, so that's something to understand, is like you're going through the tests, but are you taking the actions, right? So purification means you're actively taking actions to transform the negative experiences, the negative transformation, the negative information that you're experiencing. Like or are you creating more negative information and you're not passing the testing? If you're just complaining, negatively speaking about others or your life, you know, sharing about it with others, making, you know, just expanding the drama around this whole experience that is causing you pain and suffering, making excuses or blaming others, etc., right? Like we see this all the time. I mean, personally, I do. And you can't be angry and doubtful, fighting with people, jealous about others, or upset with others, and then say that you're evolving. Right? Like it just does not add up. There's a whole purification process that's at play here that you get to choose at any given moment. Am I going to take the red pill or the blue pill? Am I going to go back to the normal way of being and seeing and experiencing life? I know that's led me in not the greatest places. Or am I going to go take the soul journey route, where I know I've felt some really powerful things, right? So this is all happening in the background, whether we are awake to it or not, right? Purification means you're actively transforming the negative information that arises in your soul, heart, mind, energy, and body. Not just ignoring it and stop talking to the people that trigger you. Oh my gosh, I hear this all the time. Like they just cut them off. I'm like, oh boy. That cutting people off does not mean that you've created a healthy boundary. Okay, like unless this person is like, you know, is narcissistic. Okay, I can understand that. Or, you know, literally, verbally, mentally, emotionally abusing you. That's different. Of course, there's always a place for that, and I'm a very big fan of removing yourself from their reality, removing them from your reality. Cool, no problems. But I just mean creating healthy boundaries is a whole nother topic, and training, we'll do that another time. But around spiritual testing and karma and purification, to stay focused on this topic, it's about doing the thing that you would not do naturally, speaking your truth in a way that you would never speak your truth, right? Being able to create healthy boundaries is totally different. Is so important to passing that spiritual test. Maybe you're supposed to speak your truth and then block them, right? Like if it's a intense relationship, I'm saying. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make in a nutshell is how you handle the activation of negative information, negative karma, could be very much a part of your spiritual test. How you respond to it, how you handle it, you know? So giving gratitude for the lessons that you're learning is a major part that will make this process easier. Okay, so just looking back at your spiritual tests and giving gratitude to them, being like, thank you, I needed to learn that, I needed to pass that. And whether you passed it or not, just giving gratitude for it, giving gratitude for the negative karma that's shown you and has lit up the path for your spiritual journey. So, because then you know where to focus, you know the areas that are challenging, you know the areas where you know where your soul is called to transform itself and to evolve, right? And it's always doing the opposite of what is easy. And yeah, what's easy? What's your first instinct to do is, trust me, is usually not the right one. So it's usually the one that is going to cause you to grow, the one that's going to cause you to expand, to open your heart, to really be there for yourself at the highest level. Okay, so spiritual testing usually comes from your most significant areas of weakness. Yep. So I'll share a list of mine. Dating. This is since I was born up until now, okay? And I've transformed a lot of it. We can go into the stories about it later, another time. But dating, sex, love with men, same thing as dating. Business, finances, family relationships, especially with my mother. Girlfriends that gossip, like that whole thing, but also women and like girls when I was a teenager, like bullying, all of that. But as I grew up, it turned into like listening to gossip and like just observing it and like choosing, am I going to be a part of this or am I going to speak my boundary? So then my health and doing the right things. So those are like my major ones that just come off, just from what I reflected and make a quick list. That's pretty much what it was. So here's how to pass your spiritual testing, and then we're going to go into a quick little practice. How to pass your spiritual testing, okay? Number 1, allow your soul power to be stronger than your mind power. This is huge. The negative thoughts telling you the negative messages are going to distract you. So are going to, they're connected to the karma. So you want to follow your soul power, your connection with your highest self, your connection to that space within you that is still, right? Allow that part to lead you. Number 2, chant mantras. We're going to chant one today. Change the messages. When you chant mantras, they transform, they cleanse and purify the negative information in your mind and in your heart, especially in your soul, heart, and mind. And that obviously trickles down to your energy and your body. So number 3, embody the 10 Tao virtues of oneness and enlightenment. So number 4, have a regular spiritual practice, of course, because remember, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. We need our sustenance, our life force, our body, our energy levels, our organs. They need this. Like, it's so wild to me how much they need this. Anyway, I'm going to stay focused. Number 5, be grateful for your spiritual testing. Be grateful for them, because they are illuminating your soul. They're illuminating your path. They're showing you where to go, what practice to do next, where to go, right? And number 6, ask for help and assistance when spiritually struggling and being tested. If you need help, we are here. Reach out to us. Message me. Like, we are here. We're not, it's just a button that's between us. You can literally text me and message me through Messenger at any moment. So, ask for help if you need something, because this is so important. Because a lot of people suffer alone and they don't realize, like, we are here to connect in a vortex of transformation, to especially women, the wombs. We're here to connect, to transform and heal and awaken each other. Even just by pure presence. It doesn't mean you need to be like, doing something like this, like sharing online and you don't need to be doing anything like this if it's not in alignment, right? Number 7, you are in charge of your and responsible for your spiritual journey. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to rescue you. You gotta put the time in. You have to put make that your focus, right? Instead of all this 3D world stuff. Okay, so let's close our eyes and let's do a little connection with our heart and soul. We're gonna chant, all of us together, a sacred mantra. A couple sacred mantras. I want you to stay in this condition. I want you to stay in this beautiful higher frequency. So I'm just going to end the live and once we're done, okay? But you'll know. So closing your eyes, taking some deep breaths into your lower abdomen. And for a moment, I would like you to bring your hands, both your hands, to your womb. And as you're breathing, just feel the expansion of your womb. Take a deep breath in and out. Continue this breathing pattern. Breathing in golden light. Continue to breathe in and imagine. Just pretend, allow your inner child to play here. Pretend that you're breathing in the most beautiful golden light into your lower abdomen, into your womb, and releasing all the negative information, all the negative emotions, all the negative triggers, the negative thoughts that are stored in your womb. Breathing in golden light and letting go all that does not serve you. Continue to breathe in this golden light as I do an invocation. Dear Divine Tao Source, creator of all that is, dear all of our spiritual fathers and mothers, all of our divine teams, our spiritual tribes that support us and love us unconditionally, and the infinite stars, planets, galaxies, and universes within every atom of our being and without. We love you all. We honor you all. And we deeply respect and appreciate you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your love and guidance. Thank you for surrounding us with your divine light, pouring into us. Please bless our spiritual journey. Please activate our spiritual powers and remind us how beautiful and divinely protected that we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just imagine all of creation is surrounding you. Divine light, divine love, golden light surrounds you and all of your divine team. Continue to breathe in this golden light And we activate this golden rod that connects us from our crown chakra all the way to the infinite divine realms above us, channeling this golden rod of light down through our crown, through our spine, down through our root chakra, and all the way to the center of Mother Earth. And we're going to chant a sacred mantra, Ha. It's to build your life force in your lower abdomen. So keeping your hands on your womb, imagining the golden light all around you and that golden rod of light flowing through you, connecting you to the divine and to Mother Earth. Take a deep breath in and follow along this chant with me. Ha, 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 ha. Breathing in golden light and pulling it all into your lower abdomen as you chant. Ha, 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 ha. Beautiful. Now take a deep breath in and hold this note, imagining golden light coming into your womb, holding the note. Ha. Inhale the golden light. Ha. Inhale golden light. Ha. Good, beautiful. Now just resting and receiving this Tao light transmission blessing to pass your spiritual testing, to evolve and continue and go deeper with your soul. Just breathing it in, all of the light, resting and receiving. Dear my Tao hands and all my Tao light treasures, please activate, please turn on all of my upliftments that exist in love, peace, and harmony, and empowerments from all lifetimes. I love you, honor you, appreciate you. Please bless all the souls here live and on the recording for their life transformation as appropriate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a deep breath in to receive. Blessings start. Shanaya Heyana Heya Hayana Hoya Haya 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 Yo Haya Haya Yo Haya 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 Yo Haya 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 Yo. Take a deep breath in and out, giving your greatest gratitude to the Creator of all that is, to the divine, all of your divine team that is here now, that is present with you and listening to your requests, to your deepest heart's requests. Thank you to your own soul, heart, mind, energy, and body for listening to the calling, for being here now. We love you all. We honor you. We appreciate your soul journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you.